how easy it is to bring your old jewelry and coins to Family Pawn and trade them in for cash?
How easy?
It's way easy.
But Leo, that bracelet is broken.
That's okay.
But Leo, those coins are really old.
They're still worth money at Family Pawn. Broken jewelry, old coins, it doesn't matter.
Family Pawn does not support children sitting on the edge of the counter. Family Pawn does, however, support and endorse children, parents, in the selling of gold and silver.
Shop for everyone, Family Pawn.
All right, we're talking with Colton Miller and Cody Wilstead. And Cody, I had to ask you first, after you fumbled, there was kind of a human moment there. You're down on one knee and really broke up and thought it was over. How did you kind of reach deep down and then turn things around and get this thing?
Honestly, I said a prayer, asked for my grandma to help me, honestly.
That's incredible.
That's really what I did.
That's incredible. Have you ever been involved at any level, either of you guys, in a game like this football game? That's crazy. Now, you guys had to have thought it was over. You're down one, they get that first down, and they can almost run the clock out. You had one timeout left. Did coach say, let him score?
Yeah, they said let him score. We were just hoping they wouldn't take a lead. Luckily they did. So.
As a quarterback, you were like, hey, I get one more shot. Not very often you get that kind of redemption, is it, Cody? Colton, I mean, you guys only get 7 points in the first half after scoring 63 last week, and I was sitting up in the radio booth going, what's going on with the Pineview offense? What in your mind was going on, and then how did you get it turned around?
I couldn't throw the ball.
Well, I mean, I had two big drops at the beginning of the game, which I should have held on to, but I mean, sometimes this offense is pretty hard to get going, but once it gets going, it's pretty deadly.
Yeah, I'd say so. 41 points rather after halftime. Tell me about the touchdown play, if you will. First, Colton, what the play was and what you were able to do to get open.
Well, I ran a deep stop, and I saw that it was just me in the corner, so I knew he was going to throw me it. So I just had to get separation, and my shoe came off, so I almost fell down. But Cody threw it in like the perfect spot for me to just slide down and catch it, making easy catches.
Awesome. Cody, before you get that play, from your perspective, tell me about the run on third down, because it looked like they had you corralled and somehow you lunged for the first down. How'd you do it?
It was just a read play. I made the wrong read, but I knew I made the wrong read, but I went from my read to the middle backers, and they both blitzed, so they both got through, and I'm like, I can't give them a lot of honor to let him fail. So I should not for 6 minutes, I'm not going to let him do that. So I knew I had to beat that guy one-on-one. Luckily my long body got me across.
You lunged for it, yeah. Tell me about the game-winning pass now. Was it the first read? Was he your first choice?
Everyone's done one of my receivers. That's all I'm going to say. You can't go one-on-one against any of my receivers. Yeah. That means Bladen, Tristan, Pono, Beasley, Jack.
So you read it pre-snap that it was one-on-one and that it was going to be money?
Jack, who's had an amazing season, got double covered like we thought. And I'm like, cool, this is going to be your game. So hopefully next week, we'll play.
Last question, 2-point conversion. You start running, 8 guys want to kill you on the play, and then somehow you see Jack and throw up that ball and he finds it. What happened there? Is that little playground brought up in the dirt?
That was designed for Payson to do just a delayed arrow, where he just goes after, but they stuck with that because I guess they saw it on film the other week because he didn't get turned in cartoon. So I saw it on film and I'm like, oh shoot. So I stuck, because that's the only route I know on the play, honestly. Yeah, I was silent with Jack, but so I start scrambling to the left. I'm like, okay, there's nowhere to run that way. So I step inside one person, and then I see Jack just stick his hand up, and I'm like, all right. I stood right over the top.
With Coach Ray Hosner after one of the most exhausting, incredible, exhilarating games ever. Coach, I know you've been sick. How did you make it through that thing?
You know what, Mr. Bangany gave me a blessing with my coaches this morning, and I'll tell you what, I wasn't going to get out of bed this morning, but I feel a lot better. It got me through it. So
I could ask you about the big play, but there was about 50 of them, Coach, in that game. Let me ask you real quick about Tristan Duran and his play at the end of regulation with 1 second left. How in the world did he score in that play?
Hey, your question is good as mine. I don't know. I've seen him get hit at the 10, and then it looked like one leg went to the left, one leg went to the right, one hand went to the middle, and he staggered, and I don't know. And then he just wound up in the end zone. And you know, some kids just will themselves to be there and to make the big play, and he did it.
He did it. And then you know, you guys are down 1. They have the ball. A couple of minutes left. 1 timeout. They just about could have run the clock out on you. Instead, touchdown. And I'm assuming you told your guys.
Yes,
I told
them to let him score the play before, so he had enough time to score. And the kid tripped. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
The kid tripped and he went down. And then I thought, oh no, I hope they don't take a knee.
Yeah.
And they didn't take a knee, so they knew to let him score, carry him in. And I told them if he tries to take a knee at the 1 yard line, just to drive him in the end zone and
pull him in, huh?
Yeah. And you know, they ran it in for us.
Sometimes in football, you have to do the opposite of what you're supposed to do in logical thinking, I guess, huh, Coach?
You do.
Can you just a quick word about your Pineview team this year and what they've been able to do?
I'm just so proud of them. You know, Dylan Draper, he's played with a separated shoulder. He winds up with a pick, a fumble recovery. You know, we could have made it 28-7 at the half, but instead he gets the pick and, you know, gives us an opportunity to get some momentum. And, you know, even though we didn't score, still kept it 21-7, so it kept us in striking distance. We said at the half we'll come out, you know, we'll score right away, make it 21-14, and that's exactly what the boys did. And, you know, obviously, you know, you look at, as a team effort, they all did a great job. They all battled hard, and there was no quitting any of them.
Congratulations, Ray. Great job.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.